The Centennial on Ice from St. Petersburg is brought to you by Johnson & Johnson Family of Companies. Vern Lundquist, Peter Carruthers, we come to you from the Sports and Concert Complex in the outskirts of St. Petersburg. And on the ice warming up right now, the second group of ladies who are competing in the short program, headed by U.S. national champion Michelle Kwan.
Oh, Vern, what a sensational year she has had. She's won every international competition just with jumps like that. I mean, she's just so solid. She has the mechanics down that she needs to do these jumps. She's confident because she's trained. Everything is working for her.
And, of course, she goes into the Worlds. This really is, Peter, a bit of a preview of the World Championships with the quality of the women that we've got competing here.
That's what's been so fun about this competition, watching what we may see happen in just a few weeks here. And I really do think it's a great warm-up for these skaters. They're being exposed to all the international judges. If something's wrong, let's say, before the World Championships, they may go back to the drawing board and change that before they go off.
Well, Michelle Kwan will be there as the national champion, but Nicole Bobuck, who stood on the podium at the Worlds last year, will not be going because of very controversial ruling by the United States Figure Skating Association. She withdrew with an injury after the short program in San Jose. So she said, Peter, this is her Worlds.
It really is. It's not the same story for Nicole, but there's something about Nicole that's always been very interesting to me, and that is that deep down inside that young lady, she's got a lot of heart, and you can never really count her out. Her practices here in St. Petersburg really haven't been that favorable, but as I say, it's unpredictable with her. I don't know what she'll do with the jumps, but she's got a lot of spirit and she's very competitive.
Well, that'll give her a little encouragement with that jump as she gets ready to compete. But when we come back, Michelle Kwan will be on the ice. Centennial on ice. On your right, Frank Carroll, the highly respected coach of Michelle Kwan, the current national champion. Room at the top, first place currently held by Irina Slutskaya, Maria Butirskaya, both Russians, are in first and second place. And now at the age of 15, she comes to Russia for the first time as a national champion, Michelle Kwan. Shocking, isn't it?
Very much so.
Even though she's only 15, she has accomplished so much, you tend to think she puts it on automatic. And there is a reminder that it's anything but.
Oh, even there. Not stable on the landing of that double axel. She's a little shaken up by that fall.
It's not just the national championship. Michelle has had a terrific fall season. She comes in on the strength of 4 victories in a row. And that miscombination could prove very costly. That's more like it.
Very tentative on this spin. I think she's surprised. Coach Frank Carroll saying just coming off of a tour for her, maybe she didn't get the practice time she needed right before this event.
Well, in that crowd, as part of the American contingent, her mom and dad, Danny and Estelle Kwan, made the long trip over here from Southern California. Nicole Bobeck is next to skate, and she'll step on the ice while we wait for the marks for Michelle Kwan. Let's go back and take a look at that missed combination, Peter.
Well, this is strange for her. The triple Lutz, a good takeoff, but then her arms got up a little too high around her shoulders, throwing her off balance. And then she's not over the fall yet, because look at the landing. You'll see the snow fly up and her body jerk forward. That's not like her to do that.
Frank Carroll with his role as a tissue supplier right now.
But as I was saying, that she came off of a tour right before this, which may have cut in on the practice time that she needed to prepare for this. Not to say that she wasn't in shape, but, you know, you've got to really stay with the practice 3 or 4 hours a day. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
A little water.
Well, the technical mark is going to be quite low, I'm sure. Even considering her stature as the national champion of the... And look at this, required elements.
Yes, 4.9 up to 5.5. This is a direct result of the mistakes that were very obvious.
And the second set of marks for presentation.
See, now that's where we would have seen them more up around the 5.7, 5.8 area had we not had the mistakes.
So for Michelle Kwan, a very, very disappointing short program reflected in her face and in that of her coach, Frank Carroll. That puts Michelle in third place behind the two young women from Russia, Slutskaya and Butirskaya.